Hey everybody, it's your girl, PJamma, with PJammaLyfe. And today we're starting to say our buddy David is a little under the weather, so it's just going to be the two Jayhawks here. And let my buddy Patrick say hey to the people.
Hey to the people.
Well, we got a good little roundup of interesting movies and TV shows. So we have The Princess on Hulu, the season finale of The Boys. We'll be doing a couple of episodes since we haven't been able to do those, and we have about 3 episodes of Miss Marvel to get caught up. So let's take it off with Hulu's new movie, The Princess. Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you what it's about. Pew, pew, pow, pow, slash, slash. I think I pretty much did a synopsis of it for you.
This kingdom, it has no heir. You will find it in yourself to do your duty.
But I can be the successor.
You're my child.
I'm sorry.
Get up!
You made a promise to me. A promise you recanted on the whim of a girl.
What's your language? You're in the presence of a princess.
Okay, Pat, what did you think of The Princess?
Well, the first time I saw Assassin's Creed, I thought it was a good movie. Yeah, it was lame. It was so god blessed lame. Oh my god. It was a video game. Unbelievable. I mean, okay, granted, there's a certain level of suspension of disbelief that happens in all these movies. But okay, you want me to believe this 97-pound woman is kicking the crap out of dozens, and when I say dozens, I mean plural of the dozen, like 24, 48, 72 dudes all in full armor that have been fighting wars for obviously a few minutes. And I'm like, and it was an excuse to get from fight to fight to fight to fight. And I love action movies, don't get me wrong. I like just a little bit of plot would be good, just a smidge. A little Parmesan dusting of plot over my spaghetti of action.
I mean, come on. They gave you a little bit of plot, right?
So weak.
With the clip we just saw.
You saw, that was all the exposition you got. The rest of it was just an action sequence to an action sequence to an action sequence. Oh, wait, a moment to her breathing and putting, taking more clothes off to wrap her wounds. It was close to Mortal Kombat. It was close to Mortal Kombat.
I mean, how many of these type of movies? I mean, they're pretty much like this when you have simple action movies. And you know what I thought? I thought, okay, this is The Raid with a female. Set in a period costume. If you've ever had a chance to watch that, check that. That's a classic. But somebody starting at the top of a building and fighting their way all the way down. That's pretty much, now it's a girl doing it. And it's a multicultural cast. So I'll give it props for being a multicultural cast. And I mean, for a little girl, when I was a little girl, I would have loved this movie because a lot of action, a girl fighting. She doesn't want to be forced into marriage. I mean, but now, as an adult, I can see the problems with this.
Really?
I mean, I can see like the story of, trying to modernize something like this. It's a little sketchy. But so what? It's action. You got it from the very first scene all the way up to the last scene. So, girl power. It's not great. But for Saturday afternoon or you just want something to turn on, not have to think about and kind of.
Oh yeah, you don't have to think.
You don't have to think, and so sometimes that's what you want. It's a popcorn flick, for that, I give it I was okay with it. I was
1 to 10. What do you call it?
It's not Shakespeare.
1 to 10. What do you call it?
7.
Oh God, 3.
7.
3.
Somewhere.
3.
I mean, because
I'm being generous to the 3. I'm being generous. I don't know
if the whole family can look at it because there's a lot of gore, and that might be a little rough for little kids, but teenagers, preteens. I mean, there's less enjoyable stuff out there. So.
Well, you got it right. Little kids maybe not, but preteens, they've all played video games where the gore is just as bad, if not worse. So it's nothing. I mean, it was a video game. So, like I said, 3.
Okay.
Low 3.
Okay, so a mixed review.
Yeah, it was a stinker. Dwayne, don't watch it. I see you're online. Dwayne, do not watch this unless you want 2 hours of your life gone that you can't get back.
It's not even 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half.
Okay, but you're gonna be traumatized for that last half an hour, and you're gonna be going, "Oh my God!"
It was good
and you'll
action,
be shaking with regret. Oh no, I love action films. I do.
It was good action. It was good action.
It was unbelievable. It was so unbelievable action.
All of it's unbelievable.
Oh, but I mean, at least
unbelievable.
At least if you're gonna have this girl trying to kick the ass of 50, 70 guys with no armor on her, one sword, and she's just whooping everybody and she got eyes in the back of her head and every other craziness.
She had a pin. She had a stick. You've seen more.
So weak.
More. If it was a guy, that's what I'm trying to
No, I would have
the same movie with guys and nobody's it's unbelievable. All of them are unbelievable.
It was weak.
Well, it's a mixed review for The Princess.
So mixed.
What's not a mixed review for me is this set of episodes. Starting with Herogasm.
Oh God, yes.
Ending with one of the best fight scenes in The Boys. Let's take a peek.
Area to help you find your way.
Well, I can find them on my own.
Are you sure? I mean, do you know what a GPS is, or Bluetooth, or the internet?
You made those words up.
Why the long face, Tiger?
The thing is, to be American means knowing you're the hero. We tell ourselves a myth like Soldier Boy, and I get stinking rich selling it.
Tempy is gonna kill you both. It turns your brain into Swiss cheese, so please be honest with me and tell me, how many doses have you taken?
Alright. I did not even recognize you. Come in. You are more than welcome to party.
Party?
Yeah. The 70th anniversary of Herogasm.
Oh my goodness.
You cut it out about a minute early on that last clip.
Not showing that was
a minute early.
That guy is disgusting. Glove sausage is disgusting. I didn't like it the first time. It was gross. And this time was gross too. But these episodes, I think this is some of the darkest of The Boys in the 3 seasons. And you see a lot of murders. You see that some of I felt like a beloved character met an untimely demise. I thought that Butcher just once again made a horrible mistake, and it's impacting his life and the lives of all the other people. And lots of I mean, it was a good episodes about addiction and where addiction can take you, as well as familial trauma, um, the abuse that Butcher faced is still impacting him from childhood, and you see that also with Homelander and his daddy issues, as well as Huey, making some really bad decisions. But you get to see some redemptions, and the best male female fight scene between Homelander and Queen Maeve. That was exciting. I was like, she is kicking his ass. And then there's one thing I have to. This is the only thing that keeps Homelander from just being a total asshole. Even when she was fighting him at the beginning, he was like, Maeve, stop. We don't have time for this. I don't want to fight you. She like, so what? I'm ready to fight. Pow! Right there. So he did try not to fight her. However, he's crazy now. And the way he did poor Ashley, that was some cold-blooded stuff. Although she's become a total asshole. So I'm not feeling that sorry for her. But also, A-Train storyline, super heartbreaking. And I think it's a really interesting one that they went there with A-Train. And he really made some horrible decisions. And I think that you got to see my favorite Lila Robinson as Grace. She's a badass too. I just love how they do portray women in this series. I mean, they are not afraid of shit. And so I love that you have no damsels in distress. You just have badass chicks doing badass superhero stuff, which you don't kind of see sometimes in Marvel or DC. So it's good to see them just really fight and really stand up for truth and justice. So it was a great season. It's very dark. I don't recommend it for kids at all. I had to cover up my eyes in a lot of the scenes because it was just so gory and gross. But some very funny moments with Herogasm. And Soldier Boy was super innocent. What's his name? Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't watched Supernatural. I missed the 47 years of it. But
yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna go back and watch that show because I really love him. And you never know. I think they set it up so that you never know what's gonna happen next season. It's gonna be pretty dark though. But I'm looking forward to it. What did you think, Patrick?
It was super good. I mean, it's been a good series the entire time it's been on.
Yeah.
It is definitely dark.
Definitely.
It shows the bad side of what happens when people have so much power as these soups do, and then the people that incidental collateral damage you never think about, even in the Marvel movies, buildings are falling and stuff, people are getting injured and killed in these things, and they never just kind of gloss over it, go back into the, them eating shawarma at the end of the, Avengers. It was really, I do say, I gotta say, I love pretty much everybody's character in it. And Homelander has zero redemption factors. He is a warrior. He is creepy on one level, horrible on another level, megalomaniac on another level. I mean, he's just, there's nothing redeeming about him. And he's psychopathic too. He's sitting there talking to himself in the mirror and he's having conversations. That's psychosis. That is straight up textbooks, the DSM of psychosis. I mean, this guy he has definitely left the ranch.
Well, but do you think that, I thought it was interesting that what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito's character
Mm-hmm.
was able to control him, for all those years. And as soon as he left, and he said, "You can't handle this." As soon as he left, it went down to the crapper.
Well, it was always the crapper, but there's people that were flushing it so that you would see clean bowl every time you walk up to it. But yeah, there was a bunch of shit in there.
He did have a measure of control over him. That once you got rid of Stan Edgar, then the lid was off.
Well, he was able to feed into. He was able to, because he'd been around Homelander for obviously quite a bit of time.
His whole life.
He was able to say, okay, look, I know what lever moves him. I know what button to push to get him to do things. I got to feed to his megalomania. I got to tell him that you're not the most popular of the 7 right now. You got to step this up. If you don't do this, if you do that, you'll even get lower ratings, because he knew that was what got him motivated to do whatever he needed to do. And when Starlight came in to be the co-leader, that was what really messed with his head, because all of a sudden he's not the best. Or he's not the anointed.
The most well liked, most beloved, which to him meant most beloved. Somebody loves me.
Right. And so he's still, regardless of how he got to where he was, he's a total waste of superhero skin. He's a terrible person. Yeah. I wanted to see him die so badly. I did, or at least very least get unpowered. And then
every time they were trying to.
And that's really what I wanted to see him get unpowered, so that he would have to live like a normal person, and see how that works out.
Well, but what about Victoria?
The big cliffhanger at the end, yeah.
She is the one to watch out for. Stan taught her brilliantly.
She's playing chess and he's playing checkers.
Oh yeah, she's way down the road from him. But I think that Soldier Boy's story was very interesting how they did that. And I thought it was funny how they, he was around for so long and was just terrible. But of course, that's the nature of what they do in Hollywood. He's not the only person ever to have been a horrible individual, but still have this beloved kind of storyline to his life. That's what publicists do. But I just thought he was interesting. And I was arguing with the producer about this, is that he never backed down from the bargain they made. He stuck with the bargain. Everybody else, kind of reneged on the bargain. And so I was kind of like, well, he held up his end of the deal.
Well, that was I believe that's a chronological cultural thing. And, obviously we're playing off of Soldier Boy being Captain America, frozen in the ice, brought back to this time period, or whatever. So, there was obvious parallels, but the time frame in which he grew up in, your word was your bond, where this was all what was Wall Street, where greed is good, and whatever the ends must justify the mean. There's a lot of things that he missed by being out of the zeitgeist, as it were. So, that was just in character with his character. He was not great.
He wasn't great. Now he was horrible.
But I get where he came from.
Yeah,
he was that his people had just said, "Well, wash my hands. Let's move on to the next one." Next
and let him be completely tortured horribly. When they showed, that was like, oh God, no wonder. It's no wonder he didn't just go to Vought and just tear it down anyway. When he first got back, and.
He had a list. He had a list he'd been making for quite a while. He was going to go through the list, kind of like Beatrice Kiddo and Kill Bill.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I got a list. I got to go through, take care of some business.
Yeah, and then all he wanted to do was get drunk, get high, and have sex. Anything else, but. I thought that was really interesting, and the twist they had was really interesting. But here's my question. Well,
Oh,
Okay,
if you're
spoiler
watching
alert.
spoilers.
Spoiler. Who's then Homelander's mother? Was Stormfront Homelander's mother? So that's why I'm kind of like, we know who his father is, but who's the mother? The only person around was Liberty at the same time. I think she was the mother. I think Liberty / Stormfront was the mother, which makes her even creepier. Because the way she kind of talked about him too, I was like, oh, that's gross. But I'd have to look at the original comic to see if they ever revealed who the mother was. And the relationship in the comics is different. So this is all TV. The comic has a different relationship with Homelander. And also Homelander and Noir are very different in the comics than in this. So and go read the comic. I don't want to spoil it for you, but go read the comic, and the Herogasm comic is hilarious too. So definitely, what did you think of Herogasm?
Wow.
Same.
I was like, oh, well, yeah, I didn't know where we were going with it. The title of the whole episode made me go, well, this should be interesting. But no, it was God weird, and but okay, hey, super people are people too, and not going to kink shame anybody, but go on with your bad self, whatever.
Well, and I thought it was interesting, Mother's Milk comment about it. And all of them, one thing, the funny comment to me was, oh, Frenchie is gonna be so sad he missed this. And each person was like, oh, he's gonna be so disappointed he didn't get to see it. But I thought it was Mother's Milk made a great comment about, look at all these sex workers and look how they're being treated. They just are here just to make money, but they're being abused. And so that's part of it too, is these superheroes don't really care. They're just out to get their jollies. But you have to think too about, what does this actually mean for the people involved? I thought that was a really interesting comment about it. And but it was pretty graphic.
It was cringy, yeah, totally cringy.
Pretty graphic. Interesting though when you think about superheroes kind of stuff. But yeah, in the comic, you have to read it because something goes down in the comic that it's just kind of like cold-blooded. It's like, oh, that's some cold stuff. So I think that this season, last season, I didn't think they could top last season. But this season, oh man, I think they topped last season. But it's so dark. It's kind of like, I don't want to because it's so dark. And you know me, I'm rainbows and flowers. So, but it was so good. It was so satisfying. But the ending was so dark. I didn't, I was just like,
yeah. There's definitely a lot of stuff to unpack in another season. Carl Urban is just, the new, he's the geek god. I mean, he's in everything. He's killed it. He owns that whole accent, that whole character. Now I can't imagine anybody being Billy Butcher except for him.
And when he does that creepy smile,
yes.
Oh my gosh! But then the actor who played Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, he did a fantastic job. That guy is a fantastic actor. He is. I mean, he's crushing it. And what is also funny is, if you see him in real life, looks completely different. He's got glasses. He's got dark hair. He's kind of schlubby looking. It's fantastic.
I suspect he does that to a certain extent so he can go out in public too, because people hate Homelander. I'm just saying.
Yeah. When the first season, they had a after show where they would bring the different characters on, and Aisha Tyler would talk to them about the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish they still did that, so you could get the character, the person's perspective about especially this season. So hopefully they'll bring that back again. I get it, because this was during COVID, and that might contribute to some of the darkness too, that they probably didn't want to do that kind of show, but they could have did it like we're doing PJammaLyfe. They could have did it on Zoom, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Next season, they already got renewed, I think, for 2 seasons, so they'll be back. So definitely check out, right, Pat? Thumbs up for The
It was good.
Boys, the
Super
series. Good. And watch it all. If you can binge it, I bet it'd be fantastic.
Oh, God, yeah.
To binge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, our next one, our final for tonight is we going to catch up with the last 3 episodes of Miss Marvel.
Did you see that?
Pat, since you're our guru of all things Marvel, why don't you talk to us about Miss Marvel?
I've got some problems with it, but I will tell you that I did okay. The last 3 episodes, the last one was kind of weak. The one before that, super solid, good action, exposition, balance. The one before that was okay. I mean, I like the Bollywood kind of dance sequences and stuff. Super fun. I mean, I enjoyed that a lot. I have problems with just canonical issues, and it's just because I'm a big dumb nerd about how they're really trying to keep the Inhumans out of it, because they've kind of done that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's how Kamala Khan originally got her powers in the books, is through the Terrigenesis. And so it wasn't through some bangle and some gin stuff. So I mean, they've really taken some definite off-road. Well, I mean, it's a different multiverse. Maybe it's not 616, maybe it's 627. I don't know. I mean, we have opened up with the multiverse. I mean, they've opened up so many things that they can do whatever they want to. So now, and canon is whatever they say it is, which is fine. I can get past it. It's just not what I was expecting. I'm enjoying the show. The show itself is really good. I think the acting is solid. Like I said, the Bollywood sequence, super fun. The action sequences in the next to the last episode that aired was really good. The fights, and you got to see some stuff that looks very much like the comic, like the big fists coming out and stuff like that. That's very Ms. Marvel from the books. So that was kind of a little bit of fan service, but it's not the best, but it definitely is enjoyable.
Well, and what I appreciate so much about it is so much history and cultural information about the Indian and Palestine issue, how that came to be. Because, people just don't know about it. I mean, we just don't know about this type of history from their perspective. And so I thought that was an important kind of cultural moment. And one thing about this show is the young actress, she just is filled with so much joy to me. And so the series has so much joy. So even though I was kind of like, well, I don't know, when I do get into it and watch it, I just feel happy when I watch this show. And you need that in this world, is that, I mean, they deal with some heavy stuff. The stuff around how India and Palestine, broke the what is it called? The
Pakistan.
Not
Palestine, Pakistan. You said Palestine. Big difference.
I'm sorry, Pakistan. And how that, the partition. Some of the stories from that are incredible. And I have to say, the great-grandfather Hassan had mad game. I was like, ooh, I see interdimensional chick.
Even with a bad leg, he lived right into that.
Leg, but boy, that mind and that way he could spit that game he was on point. And so handsome too. Ugh. But I like how they delve into also mother-daughter relationships, right? The mom had an issue with her mom. The daughter has an issue with her mom. So, it's really interesting to see those kind of play out, and especially against their cultural backdrop about expectations of women in that culture and how they are pushing forward too. So I think it's not traditional Marvel, and some people have a problem with that. It's probably not following canon. Some people have a problem with that. But if you separate that out,
it's fun TV.
Yeah, and watch it for what it is. I think it's a fun, it's not too heavy. It's a happy, kind of joyous show that the whole family can watch. And I like that. I like that about it. And the actress is just a doll baby. And I just want to get her face and kiss it. And some of the people on there are not too hard on the eyes either. So it's definitely a great multicultural cast. And so that's really refreshing to see. I think Marvel is really doing a lot to present alternative stories we don't normally get to see in terms of their superhero shows lately. So I really appreciate that. So Disney Plus they're crushing it in terms of diversity. I mean, you can look across the board and all the new stuff, and it's very diversified, and I appreciate that a lot. So I think it's a thumbs up.
Oh yeah,
for Miss Marvel. Check it out. It's something the whole family can enjoy, especially preteens, young teens. A lot of great action, but not gory, and grandma can sit there and watch it too. So definitely check out Miss Marvel. And that brings us to the end. And actually, we got to spend some time together in Kansas this week. So I appreciate being able to see my bro over there. Do I have the right one? Nope. Over there. Got to see him.
Close. So close. So close.
So close. So it was a good week in that term. So, Pat, you got any final words for us?
Well, it was fun watching TV with you. I will tell you that it was good. We got to sit down, watch the boys together, and had a great time eating dinner. The final words I would say is what I've been saying for a while now. Get back out there, go to the movies tomorrow. I'm going to go see Thor: Love and Thunder. It's going to be freaking amazing. Saw Gru last week. Also, the Rise of Gru Minions, super fun. There's a lot of movies out there. If you're still not comfortable with crowds, you can go early on the days, on the weekends, and you can get in there, and there's going to be you and maybe 10 or 15 people. I mean, Thor is going to be a little bit full tomorrow. I bought my ticket. The theater was about half full, but you know what? I'll wear a mask. What am I going to do? I'm going to go see this on the big screen. It's going to be amazing. Get out there, enjoy yourself. Be safe though. Like I say, if you have lots of issues, don't maybe hold off for a few minutes. It's coming around. I think we're starting to see the light. We're out of the tunnel a little bit. Yeah, there's still some clouds on the horizon, but as Dave will confirm,
yeah.
So just use your brain. If you feel safe, it's starting to open up. This is we can't be scared forever. Let's get out there and try to live a little bit, but be safe while you're doing it. It's like you can go skydive, but make sure you learn how to do it before you jump out the plane. I'm just saying. So
yeah,
there you
wear
go.
Your mask.
Wear your mask and your AKA your parachute when you're jumping out of the plane. But have a good time. And movies on the movie screen are still fun, and they're gonna make it here. And that's we're reviewing stuff that maybe I saw last month. But it's now making it because it ain't that much further. It seems like the dead time between theatrical release and streaming releases are getting shorter.
Yeah,
Like
I think that's good too.
I think they've identified that people that really are big fans or or whatever are going to go see stuff in the theaters, but they also know that people that are just medium fans don't feel comfortable enough to just drop $10, $15 wherever you're living at what a movie ticket costs to go see it then. But you got a Disney Plus subscription, so they're gonna try to get it to you as quick as possible too, because that's what keeps your subscribers happy. So I mean, the business models seem to be settling down. They've I think everybody's starting to figure out the equilibrium on what you can do with the theaters, what you can do with the streaming, pay-per-views, all this stuff. It's a kind of an interesting, ever-changing kind of landscape on this stuff. And I mean, everybody just got to find your own way. But Love and Thunder tomorrow, it's going to be amazing.
And, get your subscriptions or just go out and at unpopular times.
That's what I do.
If you're super brave, go when they first come out so you can get the audience reaction, but wear your mask.
Friday night, opening night. Nope.
I'm not doing that, but maybe I'll venture out.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that before the pandemic. So there you go.
I would go on Saturday mornings. That was my favorite time.
I might have done the Star Wars ones for the opening day, just because. Star Wars. So there you go.
Star Wars, I think, was the ones that I would actually go at midnight.
Yep.
And get my ticket early and stand in line and do stuff. Yep. But now I'll just go on the weekends at dead times or middle of the week when nobody else.
Those are good times too. Wednesdays, Thursdays. Well, Thursdays they're starting to show opening nights, is what I've noticed.
But Wednesday, Tuesday, and Wednesday,
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays are dead times, so that's a good time to go see a movie.
Yeah. So get back out there tentatively, like me,
at your level of safety. Yes,
at your level of comfort. But don't be comfortable. Watch us, because you can watch us free and clear on PJammaLyfe. And we'll see you next time. Next week, we'll be watching the finale of Miss Marvel and the movie Uncharted, which is streaming. So we will see you next week and take care. Bye.
See you guys.